Today we're taking a look at the top 10 Android apps for January of 2025. So I am still going into this year using the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Has to be one of my favorite phones from last year. Like, it's really hard to beat in terms of build quality, the software optimization, everything is really good. And I'm really excited to see what we have in store for 2025. Sneak peek, I will be doing coverage on Samsung's latest phones whenever they come out. Not saying anything, but I will be doing some coverage on those. So if you want to stick around for that, definitely do subscribe down below. Starting off with app number 1 is Soundizz. This is an app which allows you to transfer music from one platform to the other. So if you have some playlists you like on Apple Music and maybe you switch over to Spotify or you use both platforms, you can use this app to transfer the playlist over from one to the other. And it works with a whole range of different platforms. You can jump inside the app and just add them at the bottom here. So you can go ahead and add Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer. There's even SoundCloud. There's a bunch to choose from inside of here. And it's just really convenient for switching over those playlists because it can be such a hassle going song by song and trying to search it up and find all the correct ones and then recreate that playlist. So you can just bulk select all your playlists and shift them over with literally the press of a button. App number 2 is called Sharing. So this is a really great way of moving files between any device that's on the same network. So it's not in the Play Store. You will have to download the APK from F-Droid. I'll leave all the links down below. But jumping inside of here, you can go ahead and add any apps on your device you want to upload. You can also add files, messages, any links. You can also create users. Then you just press this power button at the bottom and it will start a local server on whichever Wi-Fi network you're on. And then just go ahead and press the IP button. You can type in this IP address into any browser, or you can just scan the QR code on whatever device you want to receive the files, and you can immediately start downloading those apps and files. Something I really like is it's two-way. So if the person on the other device wants to share something, they can also upload to the server and you can download it onto your phone. So it's a really neat and efficient way of sharing files, especially if you want to share it with multiple people. Like say you're at a party and you want to share a bunch of files between tons of people, you can upload them and have everybody download them in a really simple manner. Next up is Old Roll. So recently I went on a trip north to Awenda. It's a provincial park in Ontario. And I went with some friends and they brought their film cameras with them. Like my friend brought his Hasselblad, my other friend brought his Canon film camera, and we just went out and shot a bunch of beautiful images in the snow. And there's nothing quite like film. Like there's just like a vibe, like some sort of nostalgia that film has. And I wanted to capture that from my phone because I don't have a film camera. And if you don't have one and you don't want to go through all the hassle of developing and scanning, you can download this app and it gives you some really neat filters that give you that film look. You can get some iconic styles like Classic M to get those Leica tones, and there's even Polaroid filters in here. And when you look at the photos you've taken using this app, they're all inside of the film that matches up with the camera you chose. And yeah, being a passionate photographer that I am, I absolutely love this app. Like it just has straight up vibes. The next one on the list is called Files. So I really enjoy a good Files app, and like the one on the Pixel doesn't do it for me. I just don't really find it that easy to use. It's very minimalistic, but it lacks a lot of features. So this one here, it kind of reminds me of the one on the iPhone a little bit. Just has a similar look, very simplistic with the tabs at the bottom. You can easily get into your recent files and also your directory. And then there's a storage section. So it breaks down like what is using up all the storage on your phone. But yeah, you can go inside of here, uninstall apps, copy and paste things, create new folders. You can do all that usual stuff that a file managing app can do, but it just looks a whole lot better, so much more clean. And you can also customize the theming and the layout inside the settings, as well as like the font size and even the tabs at the bottom of the screen. And there's even some gestures you can assign. So it's a pretty powerful app. You can also show your hidden files on your phone, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, if you're looking for a great file app, then this is definitely worth checking out. Next up is WeatherX. So recently the pressure has been going up and down a lot. And I don't know if you guys know, but pressure can directly affect whether you get a headache or whether you have a migraine. So WeatherX is an app which shows you the live pressure and also has forecasts showing you whether the pressure is going to go up and down and how it's going to affect you. You can view charts that show you it going up and down. There's also a care section so you can actually log any symptoms you have under intense pressure. And it's basically a weather app, but just tailored around all the different pressure levels. So if you're into that, if that's something you want to check out, this app is without doubt the best one I've come across. App number 6 is called Lumolight. This is a flashlight app which allows you to light up not only your flashlight, but your screen at the same time. And you can customize things like the colors, whether the light flashes, as well as your brightness. And it's completely open source and has a really nice Material You design. You can customize the duration as well as the blink rate and the strength of the flash. And you can even control the brightness through your volume keys. So if you're just looking for a better flashlight app for if you're in a dark environment, this is worth checking out. Next up is an app called Autocrop. So I frequently take a lot of screenshots and take a lot of photos, and the framing isn't necessarily good, especially my screenshots. Sometimes there's things I don't want in the screenshot. Like I just want to grab the image from whatever I'm looking at on Instagram. I don't want the rest of the frame. So this app allows you to bulk crop. So you can just import all your files at the same time, and it will go through them all and automatically crop that image out of all your screenshots or just reframe all of your photos in one go. So it saves you a ton of time. And yeah, it's just a really efficient way of doing that. If you have a bunch of screenshots, you don't have to go one by one and manually do it. The next app is called Twine RSS feed. I'm normally not into RSS feeds in general. They're a little bit fugly at times, like they don't look the best and sometimes they can be janky. But this app is really efficient. So you can swipe up, you can create a new feed and just pump in all your different RSS feeds, and it will display them beautifully. So this is the home feed right here, and you can see all the articles are displayed, but we can select individual feeds or we can select a specific time frame, and it displays all the relevant news. It's basically like a beautiful news application, but you can choose what content goes into it. And yeah, it's just a really neat way of getting all the relevant news you want without having all the junk you usually have in a news application. But you can also group together the feeds, or you can just individually look at a specific feed. So this one's The Verge. So I can scroll through and see all their latest news articles, or I can jump to 9 to 5 and I can see all theirs. So yeah, it's just a really neat way of keeping up to date without manually going through a bunch of popular websites. Next up is Keypass. So this is a password management application, but it's completely open source and it works offline. You can unlock it using biometrics, and you can add all of your passwords for your different applications inside of here. And the best part is it will autofill, and it's completely free. So a lot of password managing apps, they rely on cloud services or you have to pay for them and they're very expensive. But this one here, completely free. You can scan in QR code passwords or just manually enter them, and you can also import them from other services. But yeah, it's a very simple app. It's just great if you're looking for a password manager and you want something completely free that's safe, secure, and works offline. And the last app is Circle to Search. It brings Circle to Search onto any device. So on the Pixel, you can hold down on the home button, and then you can just go ahead and circle anywhere on your screen. And that will go ahead and just reverse image search whatever you're looking at. But now you can get it on any device using this app. All you need to do is assign this app as your assistant, and then whenever you go ahead and hold down your power button or hold down your home button, it will open Circle to Search, and you get that same functionality but on any device. And the cool thing is it doesn't just work on Google, it will work on Bing and other search engines. But yeah, that is pretty much it. They are my top apps for January of 2025. So a great way to start off the year. I have so many goals in place for content, different styles of content, more vlogs, just being a little bit more experimental, especially when it comes to photography stuff. So stick around, definitely subscribe. I really would appreciate your support because we're trying to hit 100K this year, and it's a big milestone, and I really believe that I can do it. I've accomplished a lot this year. I moved to Canada, been here 6 months now, and the amount of progress I've made in that time is ridiculous. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate you guys more than anything, more than you know. So if you want to keep up to date, go check out my Instagram, check out my socials, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. So thank you. Peace.